Well then, another year is whipped around, good hunting and real mild winter here, and we're back and on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, and here for striped bass. My name is Paul K. Welcome, and this is Saturday Mornings Outdoors, and we're fishing for stripers and anything else that wants to pull along. And I will have an upcoming fishing report, what the conditions are, and hopefully we'll be blessed with a striped bass. Stay tuned and we'll see how things roll out. So there was pulling in a ton of cars in the parking lot this morning, which is unusual, but it is what it isn't. It's a new moon today. Well, actually yesterday, so tide's gonna be ripping, and usually this is when breaking tides coincide with the dawn. You know, low tide with the dawn or dusk, that's called the breaking tide. So that's occurring, and thus you get the fishermen that know. And so temperatures today are 60s. It's all thick of fog. They say it's going to clear off and be the 80s, but it's kind of nice. This fog is shielding the heat because it's kind of humid. And barometric pressure is rising. It's 29.70 and rising. And wind is out of the southwest at about 7 miles an hour. The tide is running east, one of my favorite tides. And for the springtime, remember, in the spring, the fish are coming from this direction, rolling up through this way, so that you can catch them on all tides, but for the most part, they're going to be running with the east tide. They run with the tides. And the fall, conversely, they run on the west tide. So those are the fishing reports. Oh, I don't know if I caught that, but there's a breaking fish right here, right in front. So interesting. Well, let's go. Saw a ton of fish hawks all together, 3, 4, 5 of them screaming, and so that means there's bait here. But the wildlife is saying yes. Yes, sir. I just saw a fish hawk just crash dive and come up with, I couldn't see what bait it was. It wasn't that big, but there's bait in here. That's for sugar. I mean, they like don't even hold back either. They they get up 100 yards and they just let it go and just smash into the water. But it's amazing, their accuracy. They come up with the fish, you know. You'd think like the impact of the water would blow their concentration off and they wouldn't connect, but they do it almost every time. Not all the time, but almost every time. Pretty efficient. And here we are with lines and hooks. We're running mac chunks, the bait of preference as usual, but notice how I leave that gap wide open. The fish don't know what the hook is. They just see the bait and that stink coming off it, and just leave that gap exposed on your circle hooks. That's all there is to it. Just subtle little pointers, but notice how clean those cuts are when you're cutting your mackerel. You're tempted, or any bait, you're tempted to hurry and tear the skin. But it's so important to not do that, because it holds the meat together on there. When it's on the hook and the bottom, it holds it on there. If it's all torn up, eventually it just disintegrates and pretty much floats away. You're feeding the crabs. You're feeding the crabs more, let's put it that way. But nice clean cuts when you cut your bait. And it's easy to do it when they're just barely frozen. It makes the cuts really nice and sharp. Subtle little important things like that really make a difference, and you'll see. Well, it's the first real working boat I've seen coming through. Beautiful tug. Things cost probably millions, if not tens of millions, but you'd probably make that back in a year. Well, there's a hit. Look at that. Wow. Let's go. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful striper. Wow. What a fighter too, good shoulders. Beauty. Let me get a measurement on him. Look at that beautiful hook set. Right in the corner, circle hooks, baby. What a beauty. That's a wonderful fish. It's the adrenaline is still there. It just don't go away, man. This is oh man, first quality striper. All right, let me catch my breath. It's the adrenaline. It really. It's like I don't know. It don't wear off. But I was a good fighter, man. That's some good shoulders. I thought it was going to be bigger, but I'll probably be kicking myself later for letting it go. That was a keeper. It was probably about 28 3/4. It was definitely over 28, but that's good mojo. Hopefully there'll be one of many this year, and just let it go and let it swim on, give someone else a big thrill. But I could have filled my frying pan. But let it go. There's going to be plenty more. But it just don't get old. It don't get old. It's just fun. It's crazy fun. So, extremely calm right now. Just dead. The wind just died down, and it's just really, really calm and flat. And I hope I got that hit. That's what it is. It's random. You got them baits out there. You're using that fresh bait, and you're just letting it soak. About every 15 minutes, just swap it out, and I don't know why I'm so. It's just kind of the way it happened. It was fun. It was just so fun. You gotta love this. I mean, can you feel it? So Fat Tony got a new boat. Look at this thing. Who owns these? What do you gotta do to get that? Look at that. It looks like a spaceship. Look at the fins on the side and back. I wonder what the purpose of those are. Oh my gosh. Who owns it? It's got an American flag. I don't see a name on it. Maybe in the back. I don't have my glasses. Look at that. That's insane. I can imagine what inside the beautiful inside there, that interior. Jeez. Wow. Hey, if you ever want to give me that, let me know. That's like just that to that person that owns that is just excess money. Imagine how much money that is. Not that money is anything in this world, but that's incredible. Look at it, just one of his toys. Like it's like a bike that we would have that we would ride on the weekend. You know, it's just his toy. You know. So the gear we're using is the Penn Fathom conventional and the 9-foot ugly stick heavy duty, and that's my conventional setup. And the Tsunami Trophy Series 11-foot surf rod, heavy duty, casting, spinning rod rather, and the Van Staal reel. And those are my go-to rigs here on the canal, and seem to be working good for me. Though I'm pretty sure I want to change the line. It's really good, but that's the connection between you and the fish. And even maybe 6 months of use down here at the canal, and you're ready for new, or a flip around. You pull the line out, as tied to a fence, walk it off in a field, and then just tie on the other end. That's all unused line. There's no sense in wasting it. It's $20 for the Power Pro, so that's how I do it. And then after that, just put on new line. But yeah, it's about time for that on the Fathom to change that line out. Regular maintenance stuff. The reason is because any moment, I mean, and I've seen it happen, and it's happened to me. A 30, a 40, a 50 can come along through here. That's why this is such a legendary place. This is where dreams are made, the Cape Cod Canal. It really, truly is. I'm not just saying that. And there's just big fish in here. And You want your gear. You don't want your line to be snapping or have it. You'll be dreaming of that for the next 5 years if you get a 50 up in here and your line snaps, and that was your neglect. It's on you. And that's, every outdoor person that's trying to relate information to help people says that, but it's absolutely true. If your gear ain't in good condition, you have to constantly be checking. So I'll shut up now. Tiny bugs now are coming out around there, little no-see-ums, but man, you can feel them. They're really seriously, they hurt. And I don't know, I got the off, I put that on me, but it doesn't seem, they're laughing at it basically, getting bit up here. So with that, I'm getting kind of low on bait too, so I'm gonna hit Rec Top Sporting Goods and load up on some stuff. But that'll be this week's episode, and thank you so much for watching. I think next week I'm going to be on the Outer Cape somewhere trying for striper and have a little vacation out there. And I hope you guys come along, and thank you for coming along this time. And I want to thank Jesus. Every few shows I got to put it in there because that's where everything comes from. Don't forget to say your prayers. And that's this week's edition. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys. So after each and every trip, no matter where I fish along the canal and anywhere else and hunt for that matter, try to be a sportsman. I clean up every single time, and all you out-of-staters, you're welcome. We love you. You come here, and but don't throw your trash, man. For that matter, pick it up like a campsite. Make it better than when you got here, and you'll be surprised how you get blessed. So. Just try to keep it clean here, and just every time, wherever you go, it's classy. Other fishermen see it, and it might catch on. And it's a very cool thing to do, and it's a lot of these places that we park, it's grace. They're letting us park here. So if you're slobs about it, just clean it up. That's all what I'm trying to say. And I want to show you something very interesting. So I was throwing my load of trash that I found near the parking spot. That is a safe. I don't know, it's heavy. Is it loaded with gold bars? But you never know what form grace is going to come from. That is a full-on safe. So anyway, see you next week. Will it contain diamonds, jewelry, emeralds, and gold bars and cash? Stay tuned and find out.